What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another War Thunder video. We've been covering the event vehicles recently, but I wanted to get back towards the Swedish tech tree. And we're going to start off with the FM4344. This is a Tier 1 battle rating 1.7 tank destroyer. And it's so freaking bizarre. It's got this massive gun. That's basically all it is. A massive 150mm recoilless rifle. You see the grooves here in the rifled barrel. It's absolutely a monstrosity. The crew, you can see here where they sit. It's actually got a lot of crew members. And that's too bad, because I wish we could kick one of these guys out and add some more ammunition. Because one of the downfalls of this vehicle is that it only can carry 10 rounds, so you have to use it sparingly. And with a massive gun like this, you're going to have problems aiming at over long ranges. Thankfully, most of the maps you're going to get are going to be more of the close quarters combat kind of situation, so you can usually get short range engagements, which is great. As far as armor, this actually isn't that bad. You're not going to get killed most of the time by machine gun fire, because there's actually some decent armor here. 50mm, it's not enough to stop most of the tank shells, but a lot of the machine gun fire, which would normally kill quite a few of the low tier tank destroyers that are in the various tech trees, this is pretty much immune to a lot of that. Now, of course, if you get shot from the side, that's a bit of a different story. It's only got 15mm on the sides. Of course, there's none here on the back, and airplanes can fly over and shoot you. So that's the big downfall there. Reload is not very good, 15.9 seconds with an expert crew. Best case scenario, you can get it down to a flat 15 seconds, so that's still a pretty long reload, but it's certainly usable. Anyway, let's get into some. I wanted to show the shell. You only get one shell option, and that's high explosive. So nothing high penetration. It's a massive 5.8 kilograms of high explosive filler. 48mm of penetration is all you get, though. 48mm though is enough. It really is. Let's get into some action. We got a battle here on Tunisia. This guy killed me earlier and decided to come over on this side and flank us as we push into the cap. It's a pretty good idea, but I'm able to take him out as my teammate was about to be killed by him. We push on the cap, and there's a guy that's over here on the opposite side of the water. Try to line up a shot on him. Not sure of the distance. When I put the gun depression and fire over. You see, from the front, the armor on this actually protects it pretty well. Protects the crew. But when the plane comes around from behind, you'll watch the crew die pretty quickly. He misses. I don't. Well, I suppose technically I did, because I shot it underneath him, but as you can see, that large shell, it just decimates tanks. This was one of my very first battles on Eastern Europe. This is a tough map to play on with this vehicle. Not only do you have people who are coming along this route, but they also like to come around the opposite side of the water. With the almost 16-second reload, I'm kind of worried about this guy being able to shred me. Aim a little bit higher for the turret, and the second shot's able to take out the remainder of the crew. And here we go. Find someone on the opposite side of the water and just wait for him to get into place. You gotta be careful because of all the fences. You don't want to shoot that. You want to hit the turret itself, if at all possible. If you aim too low and hit the transmission, it's often not enough to kill the tank, as you have seen so far. But if you aim for the turret, on a lot of these low-tier vehicles, it's often enough to kill at least half of the crew. Most importantly, you could take out the gun breech or at least the gunner. Now we're just being overwhelmed. Not only do we have something in front of us, we've got something on the right side of us, and there's just nothing I can do here. I'm reasonably well angled, but it's just not enough. As you saw in the hangar, it's only got 15 millimeters of armor on the sides. And there's a guy in front of me. I mean, what's a guy to do in a situation like that? Nice shot. Nothing really I can do there. Got a couple of highlights from some games I had with Brian. Brian got himself into the Swedish tech tree the other day. He bought the Sav, the premium vehicle with the autoloader. He hasn't had an opportunity to play it very much because he's been busy. He works in the medical field, and so the coronavirus is keeping him extremely busy right now. That doesn't mean we can't have fun though, right? This thing, I just don't want to get marked on the map if I'm honest. I'm trying to avoid being hit if at all possible. But the second shot, that was devastating. Nice kill on him. We push in to get this guy who my teammates have had a problem with. It's just a low-tier Italian fella. Wait for the gun to settle. And, my god. Those poor little Italian tanks with their flat armor, they just don't stand a chance against this massive recoilless rifle. As you come out, I get surprised by this guy. Unfortunately, he takes out my gunner, and so I just can't do it. I just couldn't do anything. This was one of the more interesting battles. I actually ran out of ammo in this battle. This was on Poland, and it's Conquest. I did a lot of sniping on this map. A lot of vehicles were several hundred meters away, so I made use of my rangefinder quite extensively. In fact, so I highly recommend using the rangefinder. And there's a perfect shot against a B1 BIS of all things. I shoot him in the tracks, and that's able to knock him out. That was the most satisfying kill I've had so far with this thing. And don't get me wrong, this is a pretty fun one as well, because this guy just came out of nowhere, I swear. But so far, I'd have to say I have enjoyed this vehicle. If you were one of those people who bought one of the premiums and just sped your way past this, I would recommend going back and playing this. This is a fun little tank. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed today's little highlight reel. If you did, click the thumbs up button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Take care guys.